Hey, RezaieStrong followers. So, Salim Rezaie here, and I wanted to talk about when you have problems and you go to your family and friends. Are you a dumper or are you a venter? So, let's talk about that. So, the reason I'm even talking about this is this guy, Adam Grant, I believe he's a psychologist, put this out on his social media just a couple days ago. Venting is different from dumping. And I couldn't agree with him more. Like, this statement is so true. Dumping is unloading emotional baggage on others without regard for them. Complaining without consideration drains energy and breeds resentment. Venting is asking others to help briefly carry your baggage. Respecting boundaries shows appreciation and strengthens bonds. Yes, yes, yes. Can I get more of this? Because let's talk about the difference between dumping and venting when you're talking to family and friends. So if you're a dumper, you tend to blame others and play the victim, like you had no role in whatever the issue is. Whereas if you're a venter, you don't blame others and you don't blame the victim, and you try and figure out what your role was in that situation. If you're a dumper, you start getting defensive the second a family member or a friend starts trying to give you some feedback. Whereas if you're a venter, you're totally open to others' perspectives. And then the most important thing, which has to do with boundaries, which I talk about a lot on here, is that if you're a dumper, you're inconsiderate of other people's time. You start ranting on a bunch of things really just to hear yourself talk because you're not looking for a solution. Whereas if you're a venter, you are considerate of people's time and you focus on one issue and you try and figure out a solution and hear what others' perspectives are on the problem that you're presenting. So if I was going to summarize this, if you're a dumper, you are totally inconsiderate of your friends and your family. If you're a venter, then you are considerate. And the reason is because as a dumper, you're not accountable for anything and you're not looking for a solution. You are just going off on a rant for nothing other than to hear yourself. Whereas if you're a venter, you are totally accountable for that. Maybe you played a role in whatever the issue is, and that you're trying to ask a friend or family member to really help you find a solution to that problem. So let's imagine this truck is your life, okay? And you are the driver of this truck. And the sand that's in the back is your problem, okay? Now, you're about to unload this on a family member or a friend, okay? And there's a big difference between being a dumper versus a venter, because when you're unloading this on someone and you're a dumper and all you're doing is just complaining and playing victim, not looking for solutions, you are going to drain that person's energy. That's going to breed resentment, and they are not going to want to help you again in the future. Whereas if you're a venter, you basically show appreciation by being respectful of time, respectful of boundaries, focusing on one issue, and sincerely trying to find a solution to the problem. This strengthens bonds between friends and family and yourself. So in the end, the next time you go and talk to a family member or a friend and you want to talk about a problem, are you a dumper or are you a venter? I would love to hear your thoughts and comments. And as always, until next time.